Okay, this is part 2 of our first video going over our Google form. On part 1, I went over 1 through 5, so if you didn't see that, go ahead and go back and click on that one. And now I'm going to go over 6 through 10. And like I mentioned on the last video, go ahead and pause it if you need to, and if you just want to kind of look at all the steps and see what I did. Alright, so number 6 says, in January, gas was $2 a gallon. In February, gas was $3 a gallon. What is the percent increase in gas prices from January to February? So that percent increase is what shows me what I need to do. So that shows me that I need to use my formula of change over original. And now that I know that, I can set up my chart with my units change over original. Well, first I find the change, which is 3 minus 2, because that's the 3 that it went to minus the 2 that it was, and that gives me 1. So my change is 1. The original is 2, and I put some little notes on there that you know that it's original because January comes before February. So it went from $2 to $3. All right, so let's plug in what else we know. So down below on our chart, we have change of original equals, well, we know that 1 was the change over 2, the original. And we're trying to find a percent, so it always goes over 100. So we have our unknown over 100. And now we follow our pattern. So let me think. You have to think, how many 2's goes into 100? Well, it would be 2 times 50 would give you 100. So on the denominators, you see the 2 times 50 equals 100. And then on the numerators, you have to follow the same pattern. So 1 times 50 will give us our answer. And over to the right, I worked it out. 1 times 50 is 50. And it's a percent change, so it's 50%. All right, let's take a look at number 7. Okay, number 7 says, the Blooming Branch Flower Shop sells bouquets of 1 dozen, which is 12, long stem roses for $45. What is the cost per rose? So I put in notes for you that per 1 means to divide, and also that per rose means per 1. So we set up the chart also, and that helps us see the pattern. Okay, so it's always money over item or cost over item for our units. So we have money over item. All right, let's plug in what we know. Well, we know the $45, so I plug that in as my numerator with my money, following my pattern. And then I know the item was, well, it was stem roses and there were 12 of them. So I plugged in my 12, and now I get to find my pattern per 1, which is what I want to know because it says per rose, which is 1 rose. So now I know that 12 on the denominator divided by 12 gives me 1. So on the numerators, I follow the same pattern. 45 divided by 12 will give me my answer. So off to the side, I did that for you. 45 divided by 12 is $3.75. And so this is a good time to pause the video if you didn't get the $3.75 and kind of compare your work to what I have here and see maybe where the mishap was so that we can grow from there. Now I also put on this one, I check it because it's pretty easy to check this one because you know that 12 of them should be $45. So if each one is $3.75, well then take that $3.75 and multiply it by 12 to see if you get the $45. And at the bottom left, you can see that $3.75 times 12 does actually give us the $45. So there is a way to check our answers as well. All right, let's take a look at number 8. Okay, number 8 says, Mrs. Jones is traveling at a constant speed to deliver furniture. So far, Mrs. Jones has traveled 195 miles in 3 hours. The question asks, how many miles will Mrs. Jones travel in 2 hours? Well, let's set up our chart below with miles over hours because it's distance over time, which again you may have heard of before. So with miles over hours, now we're going to plug in what we do know. Well, I do know from the words above, as you can see, I highlighted things for you and helped color code it a little bit also, that miles is 195 and for 3 hours. Well, in this case, it wants to know about 2 hours. So when I was looking at this one, I thought, well, 3, the denominator, hours, 3 won't really go into 2 very easily. So since that's not really a friendly way to do it, I thought, well, let's go ahead and find per 1 and then just multiply that by the 2, which is how you'll have to do quite a few of these problems also. So let's find the per 1 first. That's our step 1. So using our chart, I found the pattern of 3 divided by 3 gave me the 1 as my denominator. So on my numerator, I followed the same pattern with miles, 195 divided by 3. Well, off to the side, I worked it out, much like you would on your paper. On the side, you would work out that little part. And 195 divided by 3 gave us 65. And then I put a little note that that's the 65 per 1. So let's always look at our question, and you can see that it's for 2 hours that they actually want to know about. So now we take our per 1 hour and we just multiply it by the 2 they want to know. So 65 times 2 gave me 130. So 130 miles would be our answer. All right, let's take a look at number 9. Number 9 says, in a shelter, the ratio of cats to dogs is 3 to 4. The question asks, how many cats are there if there are 24 dogs? So setting up our chart, we go ahead and set up our units, which is cats to dogs in this case. And let's plug in what we do know. Well, what we do know about cats is that it's 3. And the reason I know that is because if it labels it in the words from cats first, then the first number is also with cats. So for instance, when it says cats to dogs, then it's 3 to 4, which is cats to dogs also. So cats is 3. For every dog, that's 4. Dogs is 4. What we want to know is how many cats. So for our numerator under the W, I put X because that's what I want to know. That's what is the unknown. But I do know that there are 24 dogs in that case. So I put 24 as my denominator to follow my pattern. So now let's go ahead and figure out, how do I get from 4 to 24? Well, 4 to 24 is times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. So then I follow the same pattern on my numerators, which is 3 times 6. And then off to the side, I showed you that 3 times 6 equals 18 cats. So our answer on number 9 is 18 cats. So for every 24 dogs, there are 18 cats. All right, let's take a look at number 10. All right, so last but not least, number 10. It says, a 6-pack of sodas costs $2.70. Determine the cost of an 18-pack of sodas at the same unit price, meaning it's the same cost per one soda. So we got to pay attention here and see what kind of relationship we have going on, if we have any friendly numbers. Well, I see a 6-pack to an 18-pack. What's nice about that is if you know your sixes, it's like 6, 12, 18. So it's nice to know that, well, 6-pack can go into 18-pack. So down below, I showed you kind of another way to work one out like this as well when it is friendly numbers. So we set up our chart, which is money over item. So let's look at what we do know. Well, I do know that it's $2.70, so that's my money that I plugged in, over my item for 6-pack of soda. So it's $2.70 for 6 of them. Well, what we want to know is how much it is for 18 of them. So there's 2 ways I could have done this. I could have found out how much it is per one, which is, if you notice, is really just dividing my money by my item. So I would have divided $2.70 by 6 and then multiplied that by the 18. But in this case, 6 to 18 is friendly, so what I want to know, I put my item as 18 so that I could just do this one step. So 6 to 18 as my denominators, I noticed would be 6 times 3 would give me the 18. So I followed the same pattern on my numerators. $2.70 times 3 would give me my answer of $8.10. So I know this might sound like a lot, but what's kind of neat here is if you notice that the 6-pack went from 6 to 18, it just tripled. So it was times 3. So you just take your 270 times 3 also, which would give you the $8.10 as well. And so our answer for number 10 is our $8.10. All right, I hope this helped. And again, if you're confused on any of these ones, please feel free to rewind the video and go back to any of the numbers that you feel like you're still struggling on and try it again. If you want, I would even go ahead and try the problem again completely by yourself and then come back and check the answer. All right, good luck, guys.